second session of lesson number 1, food, where does it come from? Last time we have seen the food variety eaten at different places and by different students, what they eat daily and which are the ingredients required to make the specific food items. Okay, we also have seen food materials and their sources, which food materials are obtained from which sources, that also we have seen. And now today we are going to see the next point, 1.3, plant parts and animal products as food. Plant parts and animal products as food means which are the plant parts are used as the food and which are the animal products are used as the food. We are going to discuss about it. Okay. So now see on the page number 3, which is on your screen. Plants are one source of our food. Which parts of plant? See here. Take any example of a plant in front of you. Here I am not going to talk about the name of the plant, but just take any tree, any plant in front of you and think about it. Which part of the plant can be eaten? Mostly we try to eat the fruits. We try to eat its leaves as a vegetable. Sometimes stem also eaten and sometimes roots also eaten. Means which part can be utilized as a food? Just take it in front of you. Any example, okay? You can talk with your parents also. Take their guidance. For example, if you take the potato, then potato is the root or potato is the stem, or what about the leaves of the potato? Such examples you can take. Okay, you can take example of the mango tree. From the mango tree we can get the fruits of we can say that mango is a fruit itself. And what about other parts? Are we eating these parts? Think about this all. Okay, we eat many leafy vegetables. We eat fruits of some plants, sometimes roots also, sometimes stems and even flowers. It means, in short, I can say we are utilizing many more parts of the plants. Have you ever eaten pumpkin flowers dipped in rice paste and fried? It's a new dish, I can say. I think your parents may know about it. See which dish? It's a dish made in a different way. Pumpkin flowers dipped in rice paste and fried. Just ask your parents, okay, about this dish. Some plants have 2 or more edible parts. Just now I said. Some plants only fruit can be eaten. Some plants fruit along with the leaves can be eaten. Some plants fruit, leaves and also root can be eaten. Okay, so it depends on the particular plant or tree. Seeds of mustard plants give us oil. We know it very well. Mustard oil is famous. From the mustard plant we get the mustard oil, and the leaves of mustard are used as a vegetable. Means from mustard plant we get the mustard oil also and mustard vegetable also. Okay, so these are the 2 uses we can say. Can you think of different parts of banana plant that are used as a food? We like to eat banana. I also like to eat banana. But do you think that except banana fruit, any other part of that banana tree can be eaten? Ask your parents about this. Okay, otherwise you can search on internet also. We are going to discuss about it, that which part of the banana tree can be utilized or used as a food. Think of more examples where 2 or more parts of single plants are used as food. See, we have Many more examples. Okay, you can think a lot about it. Name of the plant and which part is eaten. Okay, this list you can make. This list particularly you can make name of the plant and which part is made. See the Paheli, she want to talk something with you, which is given on the screen. Paheli wants to know if any of our food comes from sources other than plants and animals. See, Paheli always think different. Huh? She is a very sincere girl. What she say? She just want to think. She just want to ask you something. We are getting our all the food items from the plants and animals, but she want to say, she want to ask you, are we getting any food item other than plant or animals? Think on this also. Okay, think on this also. Activity number 4. We are going to start now. Activity number 4. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, now whatever food items you have filled in table 1.3, just look at it, look over it. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, choose those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants. You have to choose those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants. Which part of a plant, that you have to tell. Okay, you have to choose the items whose ingredients are obtained from plants and which part of a plant, that also you have to tell. Identify this and list the food items and plant parts as shown in table 1.4. Now whatever I talked now, just see it is on your screen. Table 1.4 we have to fill. See what is the heading for table 1.4? Heading is plant parts as food. Plant parts as food. For example, see the first column of table 1.4, food item with plant as the major source. Second column is for ingredients or sources. And third column, plant part which gives us the ingredients. Here one example they have given as a demo. Brinjal curry is the name of food item. Okay, that is obtained from the plant source. Now what are the ingredients? To make a brinjal curry we will require brinjal. Okay, now this brinjal is the which part of the plant? It's a kind of fruit. Second example or second ingredient required to make a brinjal curry is the chili, which is used as the spice. Okay, or any others we can use. Now if we think about the chili, it is also which part of the plant? It can be said as a fruit. Now see, to make a brinjal curry we will require other items also, other ingredients also. Oil from groundnut we require mustard, soybean or any other plant part, I can say. Means to make a oil we require groundnut, mustard, soybean. Now what is this? To obtain these ingredients we have to require that particular plant. But which part plant is used to remove the oil? Yes, definitely seed. Means from groundnut seed we can get the groundnut oil. From mustard seed we can get the mustard oil. From soybean seed we can get the soybean oil. Okay, so this is one example they have given as a demo, that about the brinjal curry. You can write more examples as you want. Okay, just fill, complete this table, write in your notebook and complete this table. Take the help of your parent as you are at home. Now we are on the page number 4. See there, Paheli and Buju, they are doing some drama. You can understand actually that Paheli is eating something, but at the same time Bhujo is opposing Paheli So let me see what they want to say. What is the situation? Okay, I'll describe it. Do not try to test unknown plants around you to see if they are edible. Some plants could be poisonous also. See, it's a very important question. Nowadays, if you are going with your parents to the farm, many times we have the habit. Even when I was small at that time, also, whenever I was going to the farm, I was curious to know what is the name of this plant, what is the name of that plant, and I was also trying to eat. But many times my parents opposed me that you don't eat that. So the questions comes in mind. It's about why we should not eat, because that particular plant may be poisonous also. We don't know about all the plants. So you don't try it. Don't try to eat any part of the plant if you don't know about that plant. Okay, take the help of your parents to know more about it. Ask your parents, take their permission, and then only you can eat a specific part of any plant. Now let me see the activity number 5. The activity actually is a very interesting one. You may have tried it to make specially very, I can say, in special Kolhapuri word, Zanjanit misal. To make it, we require this sprouted seeds. So this activity related with the sprouted seeds. And nowadays also I think you are enjoying it at home. Various delicious dishes. So let me talk now about activity number 5. Take some dry seeds of moong or chana. Put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water and leave this aside for a day. See, we have to take the dry seeds of moong or chana. We have to put a small quantity of seeds in a container filled with water and we have to leave it for a day. Next day, drain the water completely and leave the seeds in the vessel. Wrap them with a piece of wet cloth and set aside. The following day, do you observe any changes in the seed? A small white structure may have grown out of the seeds. If so, the seeds have sprouted. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave them aside for another day, covered with a wet cloth. The next day, see if the seeds have sprouted. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled. Add some spices and get a tasty snack to eat. See, it's a very interesting activity. You can try now also if you have the seeds of moong or chana. I think your parents know it very well. Mostly your mother know about it. How to sprout the seeds. Here they have told take the few seeds of the moong or chana, put it in a vessel, add little quantity of the water in it. On the next day, drain the water, remove the water, and after removing the water, cover that seeds with mostly with a wet cloth. Cover it with the wet cloth and put it for the few days. Actually, not for the few days. We can say to the next day. We can see to the next day. On the next day, we can see some of the changes in it. On the next day, the white colored structure comes out from that seed. It's nothing but we can say the seeds have sprouted. The seeds have sprouted. Okay. And if the few seeds are present in it which are not sprouted, remove it out. Which are not sprouted, wash it again and cover it with the again wet cloth and just observe it again. Okay. And if you want to eat this sprouting, wash the sprouts and you can eat that sprouts after washing. Okay. You can boil that sprouts if you want to enjoy it, or sometime you can add the spices also in the sprouts. We can get the very tasty snack to it. And do you know that these sprouts are very healthy if you are using these sprouts in your daily diet? It's provide us a good quality of the nutritions. So it is very good to add these sprouts. And now actually you can complete this activity, and after completion of the activity you can do one thing: perform the activity and send me the photos of this activity on the WhatsApp group, so other students also can motivate. Let me see who give the better result, which sproutings are of good quality. Okay, you just perform the activity, take the photo of that activity and post it on our group, so other students also can motivate from you. Okay, just try it. Now see very interesting pictures are actually given on this page, which is the Moog option, that how they sprouted. Now let me see, do you know where honeybees or where the honey comes from, or how it is produced? We like to test the honey. Now it is available in the market also. We like to test the honey, but do you think from where it comes? Have you thought about it anytime? From where it comes actually? Have you seen beehive where so many bees keep buzzing about? Have you seen beehive? Yes, I have seen the beehive. The beehive is one kind of house for the honeybees, which looks green. No, not green. Which looks black color. Yes, which looks bright black color. Have you seen it? Yes. Where we can see this beehives? Mostly at which places? Yes, on the tree branches, on mostly tall buildings we can see the beehives. So how these beehives are full of honey? Who make it? The honey is made by honeybees in these beehives. Bees collect nectar. What is nectar? Nectar is the sweet juice. Bees collect nectar from flowers. We know that the honeybee is mostly busy buzzing around the beautiful colorful flower which have the beautiful fragrance. So these bees collect the nectar from flowers and convert it into honey. Honeybees convert the nectar into the honey and store it in their hive. Okay, flowers and their nectar may be available only for a part of year. We should know that whatever the flowers are available, flowers are present, they are not available for whole part of the year. They are available only for specific part of the year, only for short or specific time. For that purpose, honeybees collect the nectar and convert it into the juice that we can call as honey, convert it into the honey. So bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. Most of the time we think that why they store the honey in their honeybees or honey beehives. Why the honey is stored by the honeybees in the beehives for the most of the time? Because the flowers are not available for whole the year, so they store it and they utilize it for themselves. So bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. They have to use this honey for whole the year. Actually, honey is their food, so they utilize or they store it for whole the year. Okay, when we find such beehive, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. And we are the human, we like to eat the honey. So what do we do? Whenever we see beehive, we collect that honey from that beehive. Now it's a question, is it good to remove the honey which is collected by this busy buzz or this busy bees? Okay, Okay, students, here we have completed this point. Just complete the tables, whatever tables are given in this session, and be ready for the next session. Okay, thank you.